Making solar energy economical is one of the 14 grand challenges engineers of today have been tasked with solving to improve life and the world. Solar energy has been declared the way of the future in terms of energy, and rightfully so. The clean, abundant source has an array of promising aspects, and once perfected, is far more beneficial than our current sources of energy. The current state of solar energy has much uncertainty surrounding it, as there is a dire need for it to relieve the excessive consumption of fossil fuels while being economically efficient at the same time. A staggering number is that roughly 85% of energy consumption today is from coal, oil, and natural gas. To rival that, less than 1% of energy consumed is from solar energy.
Because of the way these fuels are created, they are finite. At our current rate of usage, we will run out of fossil fuels sooner rather than later. In addition to having a finite supply, which we are bound to deplete, fossil fuels also do damage to the environment. Solar energy, unlike fossil fuels, is not a finite source of energy. The sun is constantly sending energy towards the Earth, and about 174 petawatts reach the Earth. With increased research, this energy could be harnessed and used for practical purposes.
What's the problem with solar energy? Why is it not a leading source of energy around the world? First of all, right now solar energy has very low efficiency. 10 to 20% is the average efficiency of current solar panels. The problem with increasing net efficiency is raising prices to an unreasonable cost for developing newer panels and raising the purity of solar cells. Plus, the competition for the most used energy sources like coal and oil are cheaper and do not require much development. Cost inequality and efficiency seemingly rise with each other. How do we optimize both so that solar power becomes a primary source of energy?
There are several ways that engineers can approach this grand challenge. It can be approached from the producer's side, and it can also be approached from the consumer's side. Both approaches would result in a price decrease that can help make solar energy more economically viable. Current means of production are very inefficient. They require lots of water and other raw materials. This inefficiency is responsible for a high cost on the producer's end, which carries over to the consumers. If engineers can address this inefficiency by decreasing the amount of raw materials required, they can help decrease the cost for the producers, which will then lead to a decrease in cost for the consumers.
In order to re-engineer the product for wider use, the problem has to be addressed that solar panels are currently inefficient at generating power at a low expense, and consumers have to settle for these cheaper and efficient solar panels. The current goal for engineers is to find and develop new materials that can make these panels more efficient, and it's estimated that the price can actually be lowered down to between 10 and 20 cents, and more efficient solar panels would provide consumers with an affordable alternative to current energy plans. In conclusion, solar energy isn't currently used widely, and an alternative source needs to be found because of fossil fuels. Solar energy is virtually infinite, and current methods are very inefficient due to the large cost and small efficiency of solar energy.